Yesterday, the President of the United States, Donald Trump, announced to the nation that mysterious shadow people armed with cans of soup were attacking our nation. Now, I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I do know now people will be terrified to buy soup. With the current political climate, people being afraid of cans of soup, and me beginning to make cooking videos, what better time to teach you to make my lentil soup? The best part about my soup is that it doesn't come in a can, so therefore it can't be weaponized. I suppose you probably could jar it up or put it in a can and then you could make it a projectile. Please don't use my soup for those purposes. I do not want my lentil soup to be blamed for the destruction of our cities and attacking the police.
Alright, I got some vegetables to dice and lots of time to talk. First things first, make sure everything is washed off properly, cleaned off. With the celery, just get rid of the root part and the leafy part. Wash off any dirt. Check your squash for any soft brown spots. With my yellow squash, in this particular case, you'll see that I find some brown spots. I discarded them, but I still use it because, just because a vegetable gets a little soft in one spot doesn't mean the whole thing is not usable. It wasn't moldy, it was literally just brown. So you could even see it here in the video next to my, really close to where my peeler is. I don't know if you noticed, I have a little nub of a peeler. I broke the handle off peeling a potato or a carrot 2 years ago. I'm not a rich man. I'm not a poor man. But I'm not a rich man. This peeler still serves a use. You'll see it right here with these carrots. Look at me go. Peeling and peeling and peeling. Bunch of clean carrots, you'll see here. Unfortunately, my garbage can, way too short. I'm a very tall guy, and my garbage can at knee level is too short for me, so I might look into getting a taller one. Carrots are kind of a pain in the ass to cut, but just be careful. As always, make sure your fingers are not in the way of the knife. When it gets to the dicing time, keep your fingers tucked in, don't cut too much at once, and really take your time. Now everything's measured out, we're all cut up, and we're going to go to the stovetop. See you there.
Alright, let's get going. Once we have all the ingredients ready, chopped up, measured out, pretty quick. Gonna just start everything off on a high heat over here. Gonna add about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. I just get a decent covering at the bottom of the pan. Gonna need to saute some vegetables here real quick. Alright, so first ingredient, I'm gonna add the 2 cups, 1 pint of chopped white onions. Be careful not to splash yourself with the oil like I just did. I'm pretty tough, so that's not really going to hurt me, but it will probably hurt you very severely. Alright, so we're just going to cook these onions until they become fragrant, start to clear out, and become translucent. Once they're getting close, I'm going to add the chopped garlic. Going to do, let's say, two tablespoons. I think that would be 4 or 5 cloves of crushed garlic. I don't know if it's food science isn't an exact science if you ask me. Alright, so let's keep stirring these. They're still on a very high heat. You don't want anything to burn to the bottom. We will turn it down eventually, but we still got a lot of sauteing to do. Alright, so onions are looking good. I'm going to add the, like I said, 2 tablespoons of chopped garlic. I I think I did that measurement justice. So I'm just gonna put my garlic away real quick. Clean up as you go, you know? Like I spilled some carrots and onions earlier. I cleaned them up already. I won't have to clean it up later, and I'll be very happy about that. Future Ryan, who will probably be a little bit more tired than me, gonna love it. You're welcome, future Ryan. All right, so once the garlic's added, it's not too long. You don't want it to cook too much. You don't want to burn it. You kind of want it to start turning brown, but you don't want it to be fully brown. A golden brown. It's a cook's favorite color, I'd say. All right, so this garlic, starting to smell it at the very least. So, and you know, it's not like I'm taking it off the grill. It's still going to be there. So I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of the vegetables that I chopped earlier. The carrots, the celery, and the 6 cups of squash. I'm going to use these to fill up with water, and that will be my water. You could use chicken stock or vegetable stock for this. I'm going to use water. Like I'm not fancy. I'm not the king of England. Water's free. It comes right out of my faucet. Remember, keep stirring this. You don't want to burn it. You'll be really, really mad if you burn it. Sorry, not trying to boss you around. But do you want burnt pans? You want burnt vegetables? You want burnt lentil soup? I didn't think so. Not today. So we're gonna cook these for, I don't know, 7 minutes. So they look like they're getting soft. Then we're gonna add the crushed tomatoes. You're gonna use this one, a store-bought 28-ounce can of whatever brand of crushed tomatoes you like. I'm sure you could crush your own tomatoes and go about it that way. And you know, with cans being a hot button issue, I wouldn't blame you if you want to do that. I don't want anybody to be accused of being a shadow figure terrorist by the president or anybody who believes in shadow people that ride planes armed with cans of soup. Also, once again, please, you can can my soup, but do not use it as a projectile. You just storage. Canning things is simply for storage and preserving. If you're gonna use my soup in any sort of civil unrest or destroy somebody's personal property, I beg of you, reconsider. All right, so once again, I'm not trying to tell you what to do with your soup, but soup's for your family, right? Like, you just don't buy bags of soup to use it to like throw through windows, even though that does sound like a lot of fun. And I hear they're lighter than bricks, but it's just not right. If you're gonna throw soup at your own house. That's how I was raised. All right, these are taking a little longer than I wanted, but that's okay. I like talking to you guys. Just kind of rambling about soup, politics. I'm not saying I'm taking a side on this. I just love soup, and it's a shame that people are going to be afraid to buy cans of soup. Luckily, I'm here to teach you how to make soup from scratch. No more will Campbell's rule your soup life. All right, these are getting there. Like I said about the garlic earlier, it's not like I'm taking it off of the grill. It's still gonna cook. It's gonna cook for a while. I'm gonna go watch basketball once I'm done here. I'll come back I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour. Actually, that's not true. I have to come back and add the lentils in a little bit. But yeah, probably like 45 minutes to an hour cook time. All right, crushed tomatoes are added. I'm going to mix them up real good. Still on a high heat. I have not lowered anything yet. But I will soon. Also going to add the spices. I don't know if I said this earlier. I can't remember. I'll find out when I'm editing earlier. But this is roughly probably 3 tablespoons of... No, sorry. 2 tablespoons of salt. 2 teaspoons of cumin. 2 teaspoons of coriander. A tablespoon of paprika. And a teaspoon of black pepper. We'll be tasting it later. If we need to adjust our spice levels and add more of an ingredient, we can. It's a freedom we have. Okay, these, you have to cook the tomatoes with the vegetables all that long. 5 minutes, more or less. I'm gonna turn it down to a medium heat now, because I don't want tomato sauce splashing me in the face. I like my shirt I'm wearing. I don't want to get tomato sauce on it. Ruin the whole damn thing. Okay, like I said, we're gonna use the same containers from before to add the water to this. I'm gonna say that's 4 cups right there. I'm not done. I'm gonna add 4 more cups. Now, you probably think I'm done at 8 cups. I'm not done at 8 cups. That's right, 12 cups. 12 cups of water. I'm gonna mix it up. Try to get everything off the side, everything in the soup. This has officially become soup. I mean, I wouldn't eat it right now, but I think once the water came in, it's soup. I'm gonna turn it back up to a high heat and cover it. I'm gonna be back in 10 minutes. Once the water's at a rolling boil, you know, just like going, I'll have lentils washed and I will add them to the soup. Then I'll let the soup finish off and I'll come back and blend it. I apologize if I've been a little bit bossy about the soup and how I would like you to go about it and what I would like you to do with it. I don't want to be seen as some sort of bossy soup guy. It's not what I intend. Although, that does remind me of a very funny episode of Seinfeld. Even a classic. A lot of people know about this and the very unique character and his takes on soup. His name's Kenny Bania. He lent Jerry a suit and actually gave it to him under the condition that Jerry would take him out for a meal. On Jerry's first attempt, Bania orders soup and hilarity ensues. Kenny Bania will always go down synonymous with Seinfeld and soup. It seems as if this is boiling. I haven't checked it yet, but hey, what do you know? It's boiling. It's been about 10 minutes. I have washed my lentils, and now I'm just gonna add them. Turn my soup down to medium low. Just gonna let it simmer. I don't really need it to have a rolling boil anymore. I'm gonna be mostly watching basketball for like the next hour, so I'm just gonna let this go. Medium low heat, simmer. It's been a pretty wild couple of minutes. my camera, this camera, just fell in my fucking soup. Looks like it's working though, so fingers crossed. I hope I don't have to buy a new camera. I'm gonna leave all that in because, you know, comedy. But yeah, hopefully my camera continues to work after being dropped in my lentil soup. All right, it's been about 45 minutes. Mistakes have been made during this video. I have learned from them. As you can see, we have a new camera angle. Last ingredient we need to add is lemon juice. I have two of these bottle caps full of lemon juice. That's probably like 2 lemons worth, right? And as promised earlier, we are going to be blending this up. I have my Bella immersion blender. Bella, a beautiful immersion blender. Oh, so I'm gonna annoy my neighbors real quick. It's not exactly dinner time. I don't know if you can even hear me right now, but we're just gonna blend this up real nice. Get all the vegetables somewhat chopped up, pureed, I guess. Look at my immersion blender go. It's doing a wonderful job immersing all of the vegetables and lentils. And that's our final product. There aren't really any, it doesn't look like there are any big chunks of vegetables. There are probably some. And that's fine. But now it's time to taste. Real quick taste test. All the ingredients are in. I think I measured this. I make this soup all the time. I think I eyeballed all the ingredients correctly, at least the spices. This is without chicken stock, just with water. And the spices I chose. Yeah, that's perfect. I mean, just salt to taste. Everything else blends in well. I like it. Whichever one's a thumbs up. So that's how you make lentil soup from scratch. I mean, now that everybody's probably really afraid to buy cans of soup because of the mysterious shadow people attacking everybody with it, that's something that could hold you over until the can of soup terror days are over. Once again, if you choose to store my soup in cans, do it purely for storage. Don't use them as projectiles. That's not what soup's for. Soup's for your family. Thanks a lot for watching, and remember to vote on November 3rd.